Divine Spirit Healing. March 6, 2017. This is a meditation at Xanadu, hosted by Kathy Benz on Truth from a Lie. All right, so I'm going to start this meditation tonight. We're going to take our feet and put them solidly on the ground. We're going to start by breathing, so go ahead and say hello to your breath. And then go ahead and begin to fill your lungs from the bottom to the top. Kind of like you're filling a cup, kind of slowly breathing in, holding it at the top, and then breathing out from the top to the bottom like you're pouring out a cup. And breathe, take another nice, big, deep breath. And do a couple more of those. And tonight, as you're doing this meditation, notice if you have an urge to yawn. If you do, go ahead and let it out. The yawn is a way for your body or for your brain to reprogram. Your body is reprogramming its system, so feel free to yawn. Keep taking those nice, deep, slow breaths. And be patient with your breaths as you begin to have those deep breaths. Be patient with them. Be with them in the present moment. Stay with them. This is the time where we go from doing all day long. We get to come to a space of just being in our bodies, of experiencing, of coming to realizations and epiphanies. And just imagine that this room has a beautiful golden bubble surrounding it. And that golden bubble is grounded to the center of the planet. Imagine that golden bubble is attracting golden energy. Waves of gold flowing through the room, cleansing the space. And that the world outside is taking care of itself. That you've come to the class, you've come to the meditation. And this is the time where you just get to take care of yourself. You don't have to solve anything. You don't have to go anywhere or take care of anyone else. You don't have to worry about your neighbor. This is a time where you get to completely focus on yourself. Just keep breathing. And then we say hello to the very base of our spine. And at the very base of our spine, you can imagine kind of down by the coccyx and just at the very bottom of your spine, imagine that there's a glowing light. And you can kind of look down from behind your eyes at that glowing light and imagine that it's glowing brighter and brighter and brighter, and that it's beginning to spin, and that as it's beginning to spin and glow brighter, that it's now beginning to align along your spine, and it's beginning to just drop into its spot in the meridian system. So that's your first chakra opening, spinning, and aligning. And as it opens, it can begin to release. It can begin to relax. It can begin to let go. Allow your first chakra now to begin to let go. You don't have to hold any tenseness in your hips or in your stomach. You can just allow that to just relax. And then we imagine that that first chakra begins to grow some roots. Begins to grow some roots, and those roots naturally begin to find their way down into the earth, just to the soil below the room. And then as soon as they kind of get into the soil, you begin to feel connected to the earth. And now that those roots begin to go deeper and deeper and deeper down to the very center of the planet. And as they finally reach the very center of the planet, the stem begins to grow into a mighty sequoia tree. And that the sequoia tree, the roots of the sequoia tree now begin to go all the way around the iron core. Its roots like a gnarly old tree that's been around for thousands of years. Strong and steady, peaceful and connected. This grounding you can use as to take away any emotional energy or any pain that you feel in your body. You can just imagine that flowing down the grounding cord and into the earth. And then we can widen that sequoia tree so it's as big as our hips. And just relax into that grounding, being connected to the earth. And then we can even take that grounding, that sequoia, and have it travel up so that we're inside of it. You can go up even above our heads. So we're residing within that grounded, peaceful space of the mighty sequoia. And just breathe as you ground your body. And now we're going to take a little trip to the center of the head. So the center of the head lies behind your eyes. It lies between your ears, above your throat, and below the crown, right behind your eyes. So go ahead and relax there behind your eyes. You can bring all of your attention up and out of your body. You can bring it out of your heart. You can bring it out of the past and let the past be. You can bring it out of the future. And you can bring your energy, your attention, and your awareness to the present moment. Just kind of be here with yourself, with your body, in this moment of time. The Course in Miracles calls it the holy instant. So be right behind your eyes. And now let's imagine that behind your eyes there's a room, and it's just a really simple, elegant room. And in the room there's a chair. And it's a comfortable chair, so go ahead and sit down and relax into that chair behind your eyes. And in front of that chair, if you look before you, is a picture window. And that picture window, as it begins to open, is opening to a beautiful scene of a beach with blue aquamarine water, with little fishies and coral reefs, and the water is warm. And the ocean itself is quietly lapping upon the shore. And you can just rest in that chair as you say hello to that gorgeous beach. And the waves are sort of rolling in, peacefully rolling in. And as they roll in, go ahead and breathe in. And then the waves are peacefully rolling out into the ocean. And as they roll out, go ahead and breathe out. And as the waves roll in, you can breathe in. And as the waves roll out, you can breathe out. And as the waves roll in, you could breathe in. And as the waves roll out, you can breathe out. Just kind of breathe with the ocean. And be right in behind your eyes again, and in that chair. You can kind of smell the salty ocean. You can hear the waves lapping upon the shore. You can hear some raindrops, warm, fat raindrops on the sand. And you can feel the air, a slight wind as it caresses your body. Just allow yourself to be in that relaxed state, communing with the Mother Earth. And then we take our feet and make sure they're flat on the ground. And from the center of our heads, we can look down at our feet, and we can notice that there are little energy centers, little chakras in the arches of our footsies. So say hello to your feet, and then imagine that those little glowing lights in the arches of your feet begin to glow brighter and brighter and brighter. And as they do, they begin to open up to the earth's energy, the earth vibration. And they're like gateways. And as they begin to open, you begin to open the gates, and the flood of earth energy begins to flow into your feet. It goes up to your knees, it goes back to your first chakra, and then it begins to flow down to the center of the planet. And now you've got this flow of energy. It's like a siphon. Once you get it going, it just naturally flows on its own. No effort is required. Just allow that earth. And as we say hello to that earth energy, we say hello to the Mother Gaia herself. And we see this flow as the life force energy that she gives us to nurture our bodies. That sometimes we think about the earth, and we sometimes we don't think about her as an actual loving, caring being. But she is that powerful water that rushes forth and carves into the earth with her power. And she's the one that gives us clean air, clean water. If you take a seed and you put it in her soil, she will give you endless amounts of bounty, of food. Everything we need she provides with no effort whatsoever. So say hello to that flow of energy as the Mother Gaia flowing through you, cleansing you like she cleanses water, cleansing you like she cleanses air, cleansing you like she effortlessly grows a seed into a beautiful flower. And allow that earth energy to flow upwards throughout your body. Allow that flow of the Mother like rushing water, cleaning and cleansing and clearing, and loving you at the same time, reminding you of your divinity. And breathe a nice deep breath. And as we say hello to the Mother Gaia, we can now begin to turn our attention skyward. And as we turn our attention skyward, we turn it towards the universe. The universe is the great mind that we reside in. And that as Earth has her gorgeous flowing vibration of life and vitality, the universe itself is made up of light, the most powerful energy in the world is love and light. The universe is light. So go ahead and say hello to the universe and say hello to the light, the energy, the life force that it provides, the cleansing cosmic vibration. And that the light that the universe provides is a vibration of divine love. And so above you, imagine the universe shining down upon you like a sun, like a great and beautiful sun. Let it come down behind your crown chakra and begin to flow behind your sixth chakra, down behind the heart, until it reaches the first chakra. It's just flowing down, cleansing your chakras, cleaning your chakras, balancing your chakras, repairing your chakras. Those chakras being your connection to spirit. Let it come down to the first chakra and let it start to flow up from the first chakra all the way in front of the heart, in front of the throat, in front of the center of the head, and then out the top of the head, kind of filling up your aura. Just be with that for a moment. The earth and the cosmic energy flowing through your body, cleaning, cleansing, and clearing. And then it breaks off at the fifth chakra, and it comes down the arms, cleaning out your creative channels, cleaning out your powerful hand chakras. Now we're just going to take a moment and say hello to each chakra. We're going to start at the first. We've already connected with the first chakra. The first chakra is safety, tribe, our communication with our physical bodies, our groundedness, our communication with the earth. So much going on here in the first chakra. Go ahead and let your first chakra now just ground and release. Your body is safe. Your body is secure. Your body is with tribe. Your body is taken care of. Your body is fine at this moment. Allow your body to be perfectly fine. And breathe. Give it air. And take a moment to be grateful for your physical body. You know, it does so much for you. You know, you want to go somewhere, it always comes with you. And it's such a beautiful vehicle. Your body is really the perfect vehicle for your soul in this lifetime. And somehow, you know, we don't always honor our bodies. We're like, oh, my body's too tired, too fat, too skinny, too weird. So take a moment to honor your body and thank your body for being there with you in this lifetime. And love your body. We're going to move up to the second chakra, right behind the navel. This is your emotions, a lot of other people's emotions. The second chakra behind the navel, imagine that as a glowing yellow light. Allow it to grow brighter and brighter and brighter. Ground your second chakra to your grounding cord. And allow your second chakra to begin to release, to let go. Other people's emotions, sexuality is in here, procreation is in here. Allow yourself to clear any space where you've been holding old, stale emotions in your second chakra. Let that earth energy come in and clean it out. Let that cosmic energy come in and clean it out. Imagine that area growing brighter, so bright that you could feel the warmth from your second chakra just emanating throughout your whole body and emanating throughout your whole aura. You can be so bright. And we know we spend a lot of time hiding, especially our second chakras, because they are our sexuality. And in this world, sexuality has been relegated to this kind of the sidelines, where it's not honored. so much of the time. And it has been put into a shameful place by religious energy. And so we kind of run around kind of hiding our emotions, because emotions are said to be bad. If you have them, you're weird. We have a pill for that. So allow your second chakra to open and take away that hiding energy. Just kind of be loud and proud with your second chakra. This is my second chakra. Deal with it. Third chakra, we start to come up to the third, right in the solar plexus. And imagine that third chakra now, like in your solar plexus, imagine it beginning to light up, beginning to spin, beginning to brighten, beginning to come to this brilliant, brilliant, brilliant golden orange vibration or golden yellow. Let it fill up and let it be so bright as it begins to spin, it begins to align, it begins to open like a lotus flower to the sun. It begins to be so warm inside of your body that you can just feel the warmth from your third chakra emanating throughout your entire body and your entire aura. Let your light so shine. This is your personal empowerment. And a lot of times there's self-esteem issues here where we take our personal empowerment and we sort of knock it down a few pegs so that we don't offend other people. And sometimes we lower our light because somebody else might be feeling bad or they're feeling powerless. But I assure you that if you sit in your power, if you sit in your light in a loving way, that other person will come to where you are. And that where there is no obligation to go down to their pain, it only increases pain in the world. If we stay in our love and if we stay in our light, and we ask them in a loving way to come up, not through our words, but through our energy, they will. They always eventually do. And we come to our heart and the chest, and we imagine that heart chakra now beginning to open, beginning to brighten, beginning to come to a deep, shiny gold vibration. The heart chakra being pink and green, red, all these beautiful colors. Let your heart chakra begin to open. So much of the time we close our heart chakras down because, I don't know if you guys noticed this world is not nice sometimes. Henry, did you ever notice that? this one time? Hey, what happens at band camp stays at band camp. It's a lot like Vegas, but with a lot of preteens. Oh, funny. So we say hello to our hearts, and we realize that we really go around with guarded hearts. And I'm not saying, hey, strip your heart naked and run through the room, because that would be a lot like band camp. Oh yeah, we're not supposed to go there. Got it. So we say hello to our hearts, and we realize that a lot of times we have our hearts pretty well shut down to keep them safe. And I'm going to just propose something to you that ultimately, when we begin to bring our heart to love, a loving vibration, that you can have your heart open a little bit more, and a little bit more as you begin to clean out your own invalidation, your own pain, your own doubts. Each time one of those releases, what it is replaced with is love, and a solid love, like one where it's a self-esteem begins to grow, and your inner power begins to grow, and your compassion and your empathy for your fellow man begins to grow. And it happens each time we release one of our own sorrows. It is replaced with love. And then we can be there in a more compassionate, more open space. And this is a journey. It's a journey through a lifetime, or multiple lifetimes, but it's the goal. We take our energy, our attention, and our awareness, we come up to the 5th chakra in the throat, our chakra of communication, not only with others, but also with ourselves. The place where our inner voice resides quietly in the background. And that our inner voice is like our inner GPS, always leading us in the right direction. And our inner voice gets clouded by words, physical words. And our inner voice gets clouded by noise, the noise of the world. We say hello to our inner voice, we begin to ground it, we begin to allow this now begin to open up, begin to spin, begin to let go of all of those words that we've held in our throat because we didn't want to say them. Let go of all of those words you've held. All of those times where we decided not to speak up when we saw things that were wrong, as our intuition told us that it wasn't right, but we went along with it anyway. And then we said, I knew that wasn't right. That only cost me $500. Damn it. Damn it. So we say hello to our throat, and we just allow any invalidation. Lately it seems like I've been reading a lot of people who were kind of told to be quiet, and we're kind of told to go over there, be quiet, sit in the corner, don't say anything. Like invalidation in their space. That people with a little bit more power came along, but didn't have love. They had power, but they just had control. So if that ever happened to you in your whole entire life, anybody, nobody, no takers, no wait, I got shade, yeah. That one time at band camp again. Freaking tuba players, what the hell? So we say hello to our throat, and we just allow our throat to begin to release all those times where we were told to be quiet, or where we chose to be quiet instead of speaking our truth for the highest good of all. Allow that to go down your grounding. And the problem with not speaking our truth for the highest good of all is sometimes we then disconnect from our truth. We go unconscious and we can't even see it for ourselves. So, it might not be the best time or the best place to say something to somebody, but at least say it to yourself. At least believe it for yourself. So if there's a game going on, if there's some lies happening, if there's some control going on, at least say it to yourself so that you can solidly know what is real and you don't get programmed by those other people who are stronger or maybe violent. And you can remain in your own truth. Then we're going to come up to the center of our heads. We're almost getting ready for the finale, the grand finale. So you come into the center of your head once again. You've kind of cleared out all your chakras, your cosmic energy's flowing, your earth energy's flowing, you're grounded. And you re-find that beautiful, elegant, simple room has that ocean right there where your body is just relaxing into the nature, relaxing into your intuition. And in the center of your head, you're going to find your clairvoyance. And your clairvoyance is your ability to see beyond the ego, to see beyond the physical, for spirit to say hello to spirit, and for you to be able to get the information that's going to be flowing as you connect to that connect to the information fields that are out there. If you think about this universe, it's information. It's a universe of information. So we say hello to our clairvoyance. Just keep grounding the center of your head. Ground the center of your head. Come to the center of your head. Sit in your comfortable chair. The other thing that the sixth chakra has is neutrality. In the sixth chakra, it's neutral, so it doesn't like have a judgment. It just says what's true and what's not true. But it doesn't judge it. It just goes truth, not true. No judgment. It's neutral. Kind of like a neutral third party advisor. And from the center of your head, go ahead and say hello to your crown chakra, which sits at the very top of the head, sort of like a yarmulke. And the crown chakra has in it your leadership abilities and also communication with your higher self. So go ahead and say that, see that, and say hello to its gold, a beautiful gold vibration sitting at the very top of your head. Have that crown chakra come to a gold, just this gorgeous, rich, yellowy gold vibration. Let it come to gold. And I do recommend that you keep all of your chakras, especially your crown, within the visible spectrum: red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, violet, indigo. And one thing I would recommend is to stay away from, on the crown chakra, white, black, and silver. Those are three colors. White is kind of like will knock you out of your body. You end up floating somewhere on the astral. Because it's what we call a transmedium vibration. Black is obviously black. I mean, who wants to run their crown chakra black? Oh, emo people. Emo people at band camp. I'm feeling rather dark today. Would you like a cookie? Come to the dark side. We have cookies. All right. So, and then silver's just, I won't get too much into silver, but it's just not a good idea if you don't like spaceships. Da, da, da. Let's just say silver and those guys like each other. So, okay, so we're coming to a nice gold vibration, which is a vibration of information, connection to higher self, which is really a very high vibration for the body. It's love, it's light, it's truth. Just be at that gold. Let everything in your body, all your chakras, vibrate at that gold vibration. And then we are going to close those doors to the ocean and have a little movie theater screen come down instead. And on that movie theater screen, I'd like you to imagine a simple gold rose. Simple gold rose. And say hello to that rose and say, "Hi, Rose." Okay, say that. Everybody. Hi, Rose. You are going to be my truth from a lie, Rose. Tell it that.
You are going to be my truth from a lie, Rose.
And then see if it does anything. Mine's like doing a little like, "At your service, ma'am," kind of thing, and bowing. It's very elegant. A little Frenchy, but whatever. You can see what your personality of your rose is like. And if you don't see it, that's fine. If you don't see it, you may need to come up into your head a little bit more. You may be down in your lower chakras. Or if you don't see it, that's fine. Just imagine what it would be like if you could see it. Okay, so we're up here. We're checking out the truth from a lie rose. And we just told it, and it's agreed to do that. Did everybody get agreement? Does everybody feel like they got agreement from their rose? Great. Now, what you want to do is ask your rose, and we're not going to blow it up after this. We're just going to keep it. Ask your rose what it looks like when there's truth. Like, what color does it go to? Something's true. What does it look like? Or what does it feel like? What's your experience of that rose when something is truth? Everybody, anybody? Carlos, what does yours look like?
White.
It goes to a white. Abby, what does yours look like?
Sparkle and change color.
Okay, sparkly. Anybody want to? Let's go around. What are you looking at, Jennifer?
Seems like it's bright pink.
Okay, we got a bright pink. Perfect. Nicole?
I'm seeing, like, every time someone says something, I see that. So it's like white and sparkly and pink.
Yeah, you're really bright. You guys are really bright. Sean, how are you?
I
How's it?
see a bright, sparkly gold.
Excellent, Alexandria.
Mine got all black and angry.
It like needs a soul journey, you know. Well, that's cool. That I really like that. This is gonna be a really great growth period for you. When something's truth, it's all like.
That's awesome.
Drew,
I look like deathly black.
yours went black.
Yeah, black, death black.
Death black, emo rose. What did you notice? Josh, what was your name? Sam, Samantha. Yeah, Samantha.
Mine looks like the rose they put in the case on Beauty and the Beast,
Mm-hmm.
but it's like dancing around like something would do, like the broom does in Fantasia. Everything's animated in my head related to a Disney movie.
I like
But-
it.
And then when it's truth, it like dances and booms.
Nice. Just like the Beauty and the Beast rose. Great. Josh, what does yours look like?
Yellow.
It's yellow. Very good. See, I like men. Men are simple. It's like, it's yellow. Women are like, it's dancing around like a broom and Beauty and the Beast, and then it gets like really big, and then, you know. Josh is like, yellow. What are you looking at, Amy? Like bright yellow. Very good. Very good. Okay, so now let's go ahead and let's ask it to show us what it's going to do when something is a lie. When something is a lie. And you know, lies sometimes is just more like when something just doesn't feel quite right. It doesn't have to be like somebody going, you know, directly telling you a lie, but if just something isn't quite right, the energy is sort of funky in some way. What is yours going to do? We'll go the opposite, Carlos.
Mine turned kind of like a real rose, like rose color, but then it withered, turned brown.
So it withered and turned brown. Amy, what did yours do? Withered. Josh, what did yours do?
Mine went from red to black to white.
From red to black to white. Great. What are you looking at, Sam?
It's just standing still and got really dull. That's my
Yeah. So it kind of froze up.
Yeah.
Very good. Drew, what did yours do?
Petals fell off.
The black rose is all so emo now. It's just like sheds its petals. Abby, what are you looking at?
Mine turned its back on me.
It turned its back on you. It's like, girl. Alexandria, what did you see?
Mine turned like a blank, and it's not angry. It's just like showing.
Is it opposite day in Alexandria? That's pretty funny. That's interesting, huh? There's something going on there. That's really cool. Sean, what did you notice?
Mine turned gray and shriveled.
Gray and shriveled. And Nicole, what did you notice?
I did. Mine was
Nadine.
brown and shriveled.
Brown and shriveled, and what did you notice?
It's like a striped, green and white stripes.
So it went to green and white stripes, but it shifted.
Yeah.
Great. Okay. So go ahead and return it back to gold. It's not truth. It's not a lie. Okay, it's not truth and it's not a lie. It's just gold. And then you remind it, you're my truth from a lie, Rose. So truth is what is real. Truth is what is the energy's flowing through. Lies are places where energy is stuck. A lie is where somebody's being deceptive. Something's not quite right. Okay, so we got that. Okay. Look at your rose. And in your rose, I want you, I'm going to say something and just look at your rose. You don't listen too much to what I'm saying. Don't try to figure out what I'm saying. Just look at the rose. Just look at it. Look at it. Look at the rose. Okay. All right. My first car was a 1974 Pinto station wagon with brown paneling on the side. It was a brown Pinto. Okay, what does your rose look like, guys? Just call it out. Truth or lie?
Truth.
Lie.
You got a lie. One lie.
Death trap.
Death trap. My rose turned into a death trap. Anybody else?
Mine's got really slow.
Yeah, so did the Pinto. So did the Pinto. You might just be seeing my Pinto station wagon. Going up hills, yeah. You had to get a lot of speed up to go, And I had a lot of hills, so I'd have, sometimes it would just die halfway up the hill and I'd roll backwards. So yeah, that happened. My first boyfriend was named Jerry, and he was an avid roller skater. So we would spend all of our weekends at the Rollerdrome in Santa Clara, California. And one day he actually fell and broke his nose and bled, so much blood all over the Rollerdrome thing. I think we didn't get invited back. What color is your rose? You think that's a lie? Poor Jerry with his broken nose? No. What does your rose look like, you guys? What color is it? White.
It's a lie.
Definitely. Jews are like, I got it. I got this one. I got no petals. The thing just went poof. What do you think, Carlos?
It's a lie.
It's a lie. Say it in Spanish. Say it in Spanish.
It's una mentira.
Oh, this sounds bad. Sounds worse in Spanish. It's a lie. I don't even know Jerry. And there's no Rollerdrome in Santa Clara as far as I know. And
I even saw like chocolate being poured on the ground.
yeah.
It was chocolate.
Anybody want to throw one out there? Anybody got one they want to put out? Anybody want me to do another? Let's do one more. Okay, so now we blow it up, especially after it's got a lie. Go ahead and blow it up and get a fresh new one. Get a fresh new. If you've fallen down, it looks like a lot of you guys on that lie, what I've noticed, most of you fell down to your lower chakras. So the ones that told, like your energy fell down when the lie came about, kind of knocked you out of the center of your head. So come on back to the center of your head, because that's where the party is. All right, say hello to that rose again. And if you didn't get that right and any confusion energy came in, just go ahead and ground your rose and ground out that confusion energy. This takes a little bit of practice, but if you use this on a regular basis, you can get really, really, really kind of nail this stuff. All right, so let me see. Yeah, some of you guys know me, so I might have said that story. I know, here's a good one. So I should know whether this is true or not. I was just going to say something. I'm like, you know what? I don't even know if it's true or not, because I was going to say something about before I was 5 years old. And I'm like, it might not be true. Okay, so when I was 5 years old, I lived in Daly City. I went to a school. Obviously, that sounds... I'm having a really hard time with this. I went to a school, and on the way to school, we used to step on these like hundreds and hundreds of snails all the way to school. And we went through Marchbanks Park, and every morning there would just be 1,000 snails out there. And now I can't even step on one snail. I'm like, what the hell was my 5-year-old self doing, jumping from snail to snail to snail through this place? That is disgusting. So it's kind of gross. What does your rose look like? White. And I was late for school every day because I'd end up screwing around, stepping on snails. And my teacher hated me, which I think is something I need to unpack. So I was a late kid. Anybody? What's your rose look like? Drew?
Death to snails.
Death to snails. He's all like, it's black and deathly as usual, but it still has its leaves. Sam, what are you looking at? It's confused, right? What are you looking at, Josh?
Mine was black.
Black. Alexandria, what were you looking at? It was confused. What do you think, Sean?
It's not good reading, actually. It's like confused, honestly.
Yeah, everybody's confused because I remember maybe it wasn't 1,000 snails, but it was a lot of snails. I mean, I might have overrated the number of snails that I...
And you were older than mine.
Yeah. Oh, that was all the way till 7.
And
And it wasn't every morning because sometimes we walked on the road and didn't go through the park. Yeah, but you see, but that's a good one because I go back and I'm telling you what I think is truth, but now, but is it really, it's just my memory, and maybe it happened that way, maybe it was a little different. So that's a good one. That's a good one to throw out there. Like, I may be thinking I'm telling you the truth, but obviously I'm not, because 90% of you said it's just confusing. So that's a good one. I thought I was telling the truth. Apparently, my memory isn't quite right. I'm going with you guys. All right, so this is what we want to do. Go ahead and give that Truth from a Lie rose a golden sun, and give it a couple more golden suns. Give it a grounding. Give it some love. Thank you so much for being my Truth from a Lie rose. Go ahead and thank it out loud. Great. And then just minimize it. Just have it sort of go minimize to the side of the screen. And we're just going to call this your bullshit meter. So it's just going to be constantly out there. And when you're kind of getting a line of bullshit, it's going to pop up and just sort of start hitting you in the head with, like, what do you call them, like, petals flying everywhere. I've had this happen to me 100 times when I'm in the middle of doing something and suddenly petals are flying everywhere. And I'm like,
So, Kathy,
Yeah.
what's the way to strengthen this, to make sure that, you know what I mean, to kind of, because I mean, it was confused, now it's like, just to get balance, more security, I guess, in what the rose is telling me.
It's just practice. But what you can do is you could just sit with it in your meditation and just ground it and give it golden suns. So and bring it out into the world. And what's going to happen more and more is your intuition is going to start to like kind of drop in on you, and you're going to get, this doesn't feel right, and it's just a learning thing of going, wow, my intuition said this didn't feel right, but I did it anyway, and it didn't come out, it didn't turn out, something was funky at the other end. And that's just a learning process that we go through to begin to trust ourselves. And the reason why your Truth from a Lie roses aren't perfect is because, in this world that we live in, a lot of people invest a lot of money to program you to think a lot of things. So we are in the middle of, it's like 1,000 advertisements a day, the people who are telling you that if you drink Coca-Cola, you're going to be happy, trying to sell you things. There are people in your lives that would prefer that you not see what their real motives are, because they have ulterior motives. Because when you go to buy a used car, you're probably not getting a good deal. So what I've always said is, whenever somebody is they're going to do two things to me. Just when somebody's selling something to me, if they are, one, talking to my fear, I instantaneously will not talk to them. There's been 5 robberies in your neighborhood this week. You really need this alarm system. This could be you next. They're talking to my fear. You no longer have a conversation with me. And if they're talking to my exuberant, crazy excitedness, then you no longer have a conversation with me. So one time I walked into Truth from a Lie Rose. I walked onto a used car lot, and I saw this cute little Volkswagen Rabbit at the time. And the guy's just like, can't you imagine yourself driving off in this thing, and how happy your friends are going to be, and you're just going to be so excited to have this car? And I was like, I make $5.50 an hour, and I have to pay for my college tuition. $350 a month will wreck me, But he was just, chasing me out to my car, telling me how happy I was going to be once I had this car. So if they're, going, it's going to be so wonderful, or, it's going to be so horrible, then no conversation. And this is what is happening to you all day long. People are appealing to your fears, they're appealing to your exuberance, to try to take away the fact that you're going to make a bad decision, to get you knocked out of your head so that you can't see your intuition to tell the truth from a lie. And men will do that. They will say, ignore all my red flags. Because we're soulmates.
Women do that too.
What's that?
Women do that too.
Oh, yeah. I'm just looking at women. I'm like,
through
here's a
that.
few in the room. I know this happened. But yeah, women will do that. Women will do that too. People will do that. And then they'll immediately start, I'm your soulmate. And then it makes you not look at the fact that they're now treating you like shit. And they're not honoring you. Because you start to connect to that, and you're not connecting to the fact that you're being abused in that situation. And there's many, many ways that people do this. So the reason why your Truth from a Lie Rose may be a little jaded